Hey guys, it's Miss Savannah. Today we are going to be talking about volume. So our essential question for today is how can you use unit cubes to find the volume of a rectangular prism? So a unit cube is one of these little boxes right here that I'm outlining. That is 1 cubic unit. So to find the volume, we're trying to find the amount of space a solid figure occupies, and it's measured in cubic units. So to figure out how many cubic units we have, one way we can figure it out is by simply counting the number of cubic units that we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means our volume would equal 8 cubic units. So if we don't have any measurements like inches and stuff, we would just put cubic units. So an easier way to find your volume when you have a more complicated rectangular prism, which we'll look at in a little bit, is to find volume by this equation. So V stands for volume. So volume equals length, so the length of the rectangular prism, times width, the width of the rectangular prism, times height, which is how tall the rectangular prism is. So if we look at this rectangular prism that we have right here, we have a length of 1, 2, 3, 4. So our length would be 4. Our width would be 2. And our height would be just 1. So we would do 4 times 2, which gives us 8, times 1 equals 8. So our volume, again, would be 8 cubic units. So you can either count the number of cubic units you have, or you can use the equation length times width times height. So you'll need to use the equation length times width times height when we get to more complicated problems. So we're going to go ahead and scroll down and go over some. Scrolling. I'm going to be on page 671 if you guys want to follow along. All right, so our directions are use the unit given and then find the volume. So our unit given is centimeters. So each of these cubes equals 1 cubic unit centimeter. So all we have to do is remember our, do it right here. Remember our equation for volume, which is length times width times height. So my length on number 1 is 4 centimeters. So I will put a 4 here, times my width is also 4. So I put another 4, times height, which we can see right here, our height is 3. So I can solve this by doing 4 times 4, which gives me 16, and then 16 times 3, which we can work it out up here and practice our multiplication skills. 3 times 6, 18. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So our volume is going to be 48 cubic unit centimeters. So all we did is we took length times width times height. All right. Okay, cancel. So now let's look at number 2. Rewrite our equation. So when you're working your problems out, go ahead and write L times W times H, so you remember it's length times width times height. So my length is 3, my width is 2, my height is 4. And when you are multiplying 3 numbers, it does not matter what order they come in. You're multiplying those 3, so you could switch up this order if you wanted to, but we'll just follow the order of length times width times height. So our length is 3, our width is 2, and our height is 4. So 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. So volume equals 24. Fill in my spot, and we have inches, so cubic unit inches. All right, let's go down to number 3. Volume equals length times width times height. So I've got my length, my width, and my height. It's a good habit to get in to circle your length, width, and height so you know what 3 numbers you're multiplying together. So volume equals 6 times 2 times 3. So 6 times 2 is 12. 12 times 3 is 36. So my volume is 36 cubic unit feet. We got feet right there. All right, we're going to go over one more. So number 4. We have a 5, 4, and a 3. So we know we're multiplying those 3 together. 5 times 4 times 3. Also important to know, our very first problem when we started this video, if I were to count all of these little blocks, even the ones in the middle, I'm going to get the volume. But this way, when I'm multiplying those 3 together, I can get a more accurate number. So 5 times 4 is 20, and then 20 times 3 is 60. So our volume is 60, cubic unit is inches. Okay, so for today's work, you are going to be doing this page. So you're going to put the volume, cubic unit, and then put the measurements. You have inches on that one, feet, centimeters. And then on number 5, you're going to figure out the volume of this one, and then go figure out the volume of this one and tell me if they're less than, greater than, equal to. Okay, thank you guys very much. Have a good day.